Coach, pretty successful week in Indianapolis. Rough first day, but a great second day.
Seriously.
Yeah, we're. It's like I've been saying. We're young. Really, it's just frustrating. It was a very good weekend. There's some things you won't see on the stat line, but we had some. Sarah Ramey, our strength coach, said a couple years ago. She's like, it's amazing how your team always seems to do better once they go on the road. And so, you know, we just something about the road makes you bond and all that kind of stuff. And you can see little bits and pieces. The irony is the two teams that we beat, just like at our tournament the week before, were all four teams we played were very, very strong, especially Ashland. But it just seems the games that we are putting ourselves in a position to win and actually closing the deal are the quote-unquote better teams. So it's frustrating, but also shows that we have some, you know, promise. The thing is what we're learning is you know, we have 6 girls on the court, and like I told them, like we seem to be winning with 3. So we got to get some positions to rise up. It's not like they're trying. It's just we need a little bit more time. But yeah, there's a lot of promise after this week.
How do you combat playing up to your competition and then consequently playing down to your competition?
Unfortunately, that's the youth, and today we're going to make some changes in practice to sort of, you know, hit that home. So at practice, I'm going to give them 15 minutes, and then it's, you know, it's going to be game in the sense of you got to, you know, produce. We're going to lessen up the warm-up time to get them to think on that. But the one thing that was interesting this weekend is I keep making subs and replacing people with new players, and our energy, and they're not as quote-unquote talented per se, but we just seem to flow better on the court. I had 5 sophomores and freshmen at one point. So it's, so like I said, there's some good stuff going on.
Well, now you're down at Lawton to open up Lone Star Conference play. I mean, having a 2-game winning streak kind of going into conference, any confidence boost, and what are you thinking going into conference?
The boost was playing at Indy, and they play Imagine the Box without the upper level, and where all those bleachers are at the box, those are all offices. You go in there, and it's intense because the crowd's there, and then everybody's up on top. And that team is very good. I'm predicting them or a school called Lewis to win the GOVC. They have some hammers on that team, and so it seemed to resonate with the girls to weather the storm. We've been playing a little, you know, timid and whatnot, and so the positive was we played in a very intense environment, almost like Tarleton, but people hanging on top of you, and so we need to ride with that. The thing is with Cameron is their coach is very good about just defense. You think they're out of it, and they're not. And then Midwestern is very offensive. They run very fast, and so they're, you know, two different built teams. But a lot of momentum, yeah, just because we just had fun this weekend.
Talk about that trip this weekend. We're going to have to go from Lawton then down to Wichita Falls.
Yeah, so with Cameron, every team's, I guess, like this in every sport. Things that you would normally score you a point against most teams, against Cameron they usually don't. In other words, when you're small like they are, this happened when we had Incarnate Word in the conference as well. She got very small and athletic kids, so what happens is they're so used to playing without a block that they're much better at defense than what the stats show. You know what I mean? Because they're used to it. So we're working on this today about training the kids we're going to keep playing until I blow the whistle, so to speak. In other words, no matter what happens, you're going to keep playing to deal with that. Then when you go to Midwestern, they like to run very, very fast, and so it's almost like, you know, running down a basketball. And so if you let yourself get it too far ahead, you know, and frantic, you'll play into their hands, and you just got to learn to weather the storm. Because when you play that kind of speed, you're also going to be error prone, and it's tough to maintain the kind of speed they play at for a whole match. So very different, scrappy, and then just fast offense, and so it's going to be a different mindset. Can we match that intensity on defense, and then can we just weather the storm until the game normalizes out?
Is there a different mindset going from tournament play to the last couple of weekends? Now you're just going to individual?
Yeah,
conference?
we're going to expect a lot more of the players. We sort of have to manage the legs, so to speak, you know, when you have the 4 matches. And now we've already had some talks with some of the players. It's like, you better rise up at practice, because now if it's only 1 match a day, I don't have to put someone in to save someone's legs. It's, we're gonna, it's there to win the game. So the mindset changes with the team, and this is where you see the subs having to really rise up. This goes for any team, to really push at practice, because if they're not careful, a few weeks can sneak by, where they don't play. So now it's with one game a day. The girls are used to playing we got about 3 to 4 weeks, physiologically speaking, where their bodies can go 5 on Friday and go 5 on Saturday, and we can expect a high level of physical effort, because no matter what, that's still less than what they've been going through. So it does change, yeah.